Guys, Chef Simone is here. I literally can't believe my eyes. Like I'm still trying to take everything in.
Alright, so we're gonna start with the fresh dough.
Okay.
First of all, the pasta dough. We're gonna make the Uovo Raviolo, which is one big raviolo with a ricotta filling and a egg yolk in the middle. And then we move it into dessert.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you a dessert that is a mix from the north and the south.
Okay.
So I'm gonna mix two traditional desserts. One is the tiramisu that everyone knows with mascarpone cream, coffee. Instead of using regular cookies, the Savoiardi cookies like the regular recipe require, we're going to do a cannolo dough, and we're going to use the cannolo dough and make the tiramisu as a dessert. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be something different.
Let's start.
Yes.
As FYI, I'm at home. My baby is playing around. Like, so just if you hear her making noise while at home, just excuse her.
So we are going to make a classic dough, which is per 100 grams of flour, we're gonna add 50 grams of egg.
Okay.
Usually is 2 eggs.
Okay.
So we start with cracking the eggs in the middle.
Yes. Okay.
We get a fork.
Okay. Wow.
And we start mixing the egg into the flour, little by little.
Okay.
Trying to do not break the volcano. If it does, just get a spatula and we're gonna catch it with that spatula.
Okay, let's make sure we catch it.
And you wanna put little by little the flour, not too quick, because otherwise we make it gets, chunky. So we don't want to do that.
Isn't it amazing in life? There's some things that just take like slow. It's just step by step, easy by easy.
It is.
I'm always inspired by just when I'm cooking with techniques. I feel like food just like sort of teaches you about life all the time. So it's just so interesting. Yeah,
it does. We're gonna see later that when we mix it, because we're giving a lot of strain, we're gonna make the dough rested. And it's very, very, very important. So we keep mixing it until the entire flour is incorporated. So you gotta make sure that every minute that you knead the dough, you're gonna double the time of resting.
Wow.
So it's very important that when we rest the dough, the pasta dough, we rest it in a plastic bag on a room temperature. Doesn't need to be in the refrigerator or anything.
Okay, just room temperature.
Just room temperature in a plastic. So you don't want air to be in contact with the dough, otherwise it's gonna make a skin.
Oh, I see.
The skin is gonna get dry, and if it dries, when we go roll it, it's gonna crack, and you will see little pieces. So we don't want to do that.
Okay.
So next, we're gonna mix the ricotta filling for the uovo raviolo that we're gonna make later. I'm gonna give you a recipe, but it's kind of like approximate because it depends on what ricotta you can find. There is a ricotta that are very creamy, like this one. Ricotta that are more stirred, more dense. Okay. So we're gonna correct the density of the ricotta with the Parmesan cheese.
Perfect. And what kind of texture are we looking for?
We kind of like, we want to dense it, be able to put it on the dough and get it not to, come down.
Like flatten, I see what you're saying. The foundation needs to be set.
Exactly. Because
need a strong foundation.
Strong foundation, because the ricotta is going to actually hold the yolk inside the raviolo. So if it's not stirred enough. It's not gonna hold
to keep that nice work like that and
egg
mold.
yolk.
I see.
We're gonna make kind of like a cylinder with this ricotta, and we're gonna add the egg yolk in the middle of the cylinder.
Okay.
So if the ricotta is very wet, when you put the egg yolk, it's gonna break.
Okay. You don't want that.
And we don't. No. I like to add a little bit of fresh ground pepper.
Nice.
And a little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil.
I love olive oil. This tastes like creamy, cheesy, cool whipped. It tastes like a cheesy whipped cool cream with Parmesan cheese. Like you're eating soft clouds. Okay.
Now we're gonna put it in the fridge, let it rest, like we said, so the ingredients blend together. And then we're gonna use it when we stretch the pasta. We're gonna fill it up.
Perfect. We'll see you soon. Excited.
Here we are. Now we set up for rolling the pasta dough.
Okay.
The pasta dough is rested.
Oh my god, it looks so pretty.
Nice and smooth.
It's
pretty dense. Yeah, of course.
Wow, I see.
Perfect consistency. Texture
nice
is
plumpness to it.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice texture. We're gonna add a little bit of flour so we can start use it. Like I was saying before, when you roll the pasta,
okay,
you do it from the middle,
okay,
up, 45 degrees, up, 45 degrees. You want to have it about the side of the machine.
So because it's the whole egg, that's why it has that bounce to it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, itself, flour and egg is going to give you the elasticity. But it's definitely, with the egg whites, it's going to be definitely more than the egg yolks itself. We're going to go on 3. Probably 4. We do it one more time at the same level. Right? And then we're gonna go 2, 1 level down. If you have space, keep going, right? If you don't have space, cut it, because it's gonna get, the more the thinner it goes, the longer it gets, so the more difficult it is to deal with it. Because it's gonna break, because it's gonna.
What level is this?
This is 3 actually. So now, because you have 2 pieces, you're gonna do both pieces, right? With the same number.
Okay, so and then is it like the less, like when it's 3 it's thinner and when it's 8 it's thicker, or what's the difference?
No, 1 is thick. I mean, on this machine, 1 is thicker, 8 is thinner.
Okay.
The bigger number, the smaller size.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Now we are on 5, and we're gonna do both.
Wow.
And then we do 6. We are already getting almost to the thickness that we want. And we pass this into the 6. And then we're gonna do 7.
It's amazing how we first started and now look at where we are.
That's the beauty of it, you know?
Yeah.
You start with 3 ingredients and you finish with a product that you never think about it. And you can see, it's kind of like a see-through.
Yes, wow.
So as you can see, every time you put your finger on it,
Oh, I see.
because it's very delicate, it's very thin, you're gonna stretch it. So the way you wanna handle the pasta is with the top of your hand.
Okay.
Hands open, upside down, so you don't need much. Now we are at home, so it's fine. You gotta make sure that you go in the center.
Okay. Is it the center?
Yes.
Okay.
And you go up that way. Okay. Gotta make sure that the pasta doesn't go all the way on one side, because otherwise it gets folded, and then we mess up the whole thinning, because now it's double pasta, so now it's thicker. It's two layers, not one. As you can see now, we are a little larger on the side, so we're gonna make sure that it fits the machine. Otherwise, like I said, it's gonna. So we're gonna cut the edges a little bit. So we make sure that it fits the machine. Now we have 4 pieces. To make this raviolo, we need the base and the top.
Okay.
So we're gonna make about, we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 big ravioli.
Okay.
From here.
Okay.
So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna crack the eggs, get the egg yolk out. We're gonna put the ricotta filling into the bag so we can pipe inside, and we're gonna prep a little bit of egg, beat it, so we can use to make sure that the pasta, the 2 layers sticks together. Just so you know, 3 days you're gonna eat them.
Okay, perfect. Don't worry, by tonight or tomorrow.
After 3 days, you gotta toss them, because you have a fresh egg yolk inside.
It's dangerous.
So 3 days, that's it.
Between my husband and I, this stuff is going in 2 seconds. I'm about to crack the eggs that we're going to use for uovo. Raviolo.
The yolk has to be whole. Here we're prepping the egg wash. We're gonna make the base for the ravioli. So we start with a base like this.
It's so pretty.
And then you're gonna open it up like that. You see, like I was saying before, if it's not firm, once you put the egg yolk here, the egg yolk is gonna push the ricotta out, and it's gonna be a mess. So we're gonna do base, and then so like you see, we made a nest. We grab the yolk.
Oh my goodness, so pretty. Oh my goodness, so delicate. Wow, this is gorgeous.
Now the best part.
Okay.
So with the egg wash that we prepared before,
Okay, the egg wash.
we're gonna give it a little bit, or just a lot.
Okay, around it.
Yeah.
To make it stick.
A lot.
Oh, that's too much.
You don't want to do too much. You just want to kind of
Glaze.
yeah.
I feel like this is a recipe. Like if you're trying to impress somebody, like you have to practice this in advance. Like don't just do it on date night. Just like, you know, practice 1 or 2 first and then do it. This is not like that kind of recipe you just, only if you have experience and you can try. But like, I feel like it's just too much. Like, you have to be extremely delicate.
Now is the best part that comes now.
Yay!
Which is
come close.
Cover. So we have to make sure.
Wow.
So what we need to do now, we get a glass. So we're using a house method to do this. So it's cups and glasses.
Okay.
You gotta be careful. First of all, we're gonna seal the ricotta around.
Okay.
So with a circular movement,
I see.
we're gonna get the ricotta to get into the middle, and the pasta on the side to stick together.
Okay.
Right? Like this. Same things for this one. The tightest, the better. So the less air possible, and we want to seal. So as you can see, we're using house methods to make it. So we use the cup and the glasses.
Yes.
The glass is gonna help put it less air as possible, and we're gonna make sure that we seal the pasta underneath.
Nice.
And we push the air on the side.
And why do we have to make sure it's sealed?
Because air inside, when you go to cook the raviolo, is gonna fill up with steam from the heat and explode.
Okay.
So everything inside is gonna go in the water, and you don't want that.
Okay.
Now we're gonna continue with the next one, and we're gonna add this on the top. This is a long process, but this the beauty.
Like, this is my first time, like, just literally being through the process. Usually I just order in a restaurant. I don't even attempt to even try and make this. I just don't do it. So it's just amazing to see the process, the time. And that's why when you go to restaurants and people make things, like, you savor the food, you just don't rush, especially with meals like this, because people are putting hours and time just to get this beauty.
That was the last one.
Wow. This is a process.
And now we are going to cut it.
Mind you, this is 7. Can you imagine like 20 or 50?
Yeah, we used to do for the restaurant like 30 to 50 a day.
Like, the level of prep work.
On top of everything else, you know. We had a pasta guy working
Oh my goodness.
full time in the restaurant. He was making only pasta. Only pasta.
That's when we were working together in New York?
There was Black Barn, yeah.
Wow. Do you know how
I
many...
mean, it was San Domenico before Black Barn, ST26.
I see, wow. For me, I was into private events. I had no clue. I just wanted the food done a certain way. I didn't think about the time. And I'll be like, can I have this? And then worst case, right, I didn't do this all the time. I was good. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like, the worst thing is you give the kitchen the wrong menu. And then you say, oh, I'm sorry. The party made a mistake. I wrote the wrong thing on the menu. Can you imagine the hours put in? Imagine if they order, I put the ravioli and all of a sudden I realized, actually no, it's spaghetti. I see why the chefs are always pissed with we events people. But I was good, right? Like, I wasn't, yes. I was good, like, okay.
Yes.
I was very
Otherwise we won't be friends, you know?
Okay, you're right. That's good. You're right.
Sorry, the last step was not easy as I thought. We can actually use the cutter.
Oh. Nice.
There we are.
This is beautiful.
There we are. We are about to test the uovo raviolo. Here we are going to cook it.
Let's see.
We got water boiling. Here we're gonna add melt the butter with a little bit of sage. In. We're gonna make sure that we don't overboil the ravioli. So we lower the temperature of the stove and it cooks for 3 minutes. So in the meantime we are cooking there and melting the butter. Got 1 more minute. In the meantime the butter will melt. Then we're gonna add our sage to make it crispy. We're almost there.
Wow. Beautiful.
Here 30 more seconds. That's the sound we want to hear. Make sure we mix it so it doesn't stick on the bottom. There we are. The raviolo is ready. So we're gonna cut it. You can see still nice and fluffy. Parmesan cheese, why not?
Yep.
We're almost there with the brown butter.
We're literally like browning the butter.
We browning the butter. That's what we have to do. You see that it's foaming. When the foam gets thicker and thicker like this one, that means that we're getting there. Nice. Keep mixing. You see that the butter is getting browner and foamy. You see? That's when we add sage. Take it off.
Look at that color.
Of the fire.
Oh my god.
Bubbling.
Wow, this is
Bubbling. Easy. Perfect. Now, the best part.
Oh my god. Like everyone in this set is literally quiet. Everybody's literally quiet. This is just amazing. Buttery, warm goodness. Oh my god. Okay, let me see.
Go, Bukky.
Oh god. Why am I shaking it? Oh my lord. Am I supposed to share this?
No, it's all yours.
Okay. This is no.
We're gonna go with the second one.
I'm still trying to. I'm literally trying to process this. It's salted perfect. My lord, this is amazing, guys. Like I can literally taste the time, the effort, the like I'm tired, but this feels like an amazing reward after like a long day. This is worth. Just look at this. Even you know what's amazing, because sometimes, you know, I grew up not eating just runny egg, but with this it feels like a sauce almost with the pasta, and the pasta is perfectly cooked.
And that's what you want. You want to make sure that the temperature of the egg gets pasteurized, so you don't need just a raw egg.
This is love. This is joy. Like you can't. This is not something you rush. This is something.
No.
This is romantic. This feels like a marriage. This feels like time. 9 years into the relationship, you've gone through. You've sweat. You've worked together, and you still made it. And that's it for those of you in relationships. I know it's hard. You guys keep working at it. Like you have to go through stuff to come out victorious, right? But this feels like a great marriage. Work, sweat, love, just time. You have to be delicate sometimes. You have to rest. You have to give it time. And then at the end, you're literally going to reap at the end. And it's going to be smooth and so worth it. So if you're in relationships that you're going through stuff, guys, just know it's going to be good in the end. Wow. Whew.
There's no more over there. Scratching the plate.
literally scraping the plate. Okay, let me let you make the second one. Wow.
Awesome.
Wow.
Now we jump in on the dessert.
Okay.
We started making the cialda for the tiramisu, which is the cannolo shell.
Okay.
So here we have 220 grams of 00 flour, 5 grams of cocoa. Can be sweet if you like sweetened, but I like dark.
Okay.
And 5 grams of ground coffee, the finest you can find.
Wow.
We are gonna start with egg.
Okay. With 30 grams of sugar over here. Wait. Okay, sugar.
The eggs until they are super nice and fluffy. When it's nice and fluffy, we're gonna incorporate the dry ingredients, which is the flour and the. And the last but not least, we adding 20 grams of vinegar.
Oh, that's very interesting.
It's gonna make the vinegar helps the acidity inside the dough. It's gonna create the friabile, so it's gonna get nice and crumble.
Okay, I see.
So when you eat it, it crunch in your mouth
and what's
and
the
it
word
melts.
you use? Friabile. What's that word?
Friabile.
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 Now we're getting the eggs to be whipped up.
This is sweet. Okay.
We're gonna incorporate it down.
Nice.
Make sure that the whole egg actually get whipped. You want to incorporate a lot of air.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then we're gonna add the butter, so the fat into the protein.
Okay.
And then when you have the mix with the fat and the protein, we're gonna add the flour to combine.
Right, I see. It's amazing how different pieces like make up just one thing, like just all this.
And it's very important that you do step by step like this, because the product is not gonna be the same if you add the butter to the flour and then you add the egg. It has to be flour incorporate into the eggs that they are mixed with the butter already.
So every step counts.
It's very important.
Honestly, one thing in cooking, like even just for me learning and in general, is in cooking, right? Every step matters. Like sometimes, and I'm one of those, I confess, like sometimes I just want to rush, like, okay, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's just go. And then time after time, especially in baking or like dealing with like just fragile textures, like when you're trying to get a specific taste, I'm learning literally every day that some things just take time. And there's some steps I just have to follow. Like I can't rush the process, especially especially in this Instagram age where everybody wants to rush, everyone is trying to work, and I'm guilty. I'm not even blaming you, I'm guilty too. So
So here we're mixing the dry ingredients, like we said, the cocoa, the coffee ground, and the flour. If you have a sifter, make sure you pass it through, so it's the easiest process. You don't need to break all the little pieces of cocoa that, of course, you can find in a bag like that.
nice.
So sift it, to make sure that all the flour and all the dry ingredients are nice and mixed. You can see right now we got a perfect texture that we are looking for. Now we lower the speed and we incorporate the butter. You want to incorporate the butter little by little, not all together. You want to let the butter and the eggs mix nicely and softly. You can see the texture of the mix that we are looking for is getting a little thicker. And this, like we saw, it's just one egg, 30 grams of sugar, and we are adding 40 grams of butter. Actually, the recipe calls for lard, which is the pure pork fat. So if you can find it, you can get it.
Wow.
So
Lard.
But
right now I only have butter in my kitchen, guys, so I'm sorry. Lard
it's fine if you have salted butter.
Okay.
Because a little bit of salt into the dessert doesn't.
Well, let me check what kind of butter I actually put.
Salted butter.
Salted butter.
So we're going back to speed a little bit to kind of make sure that the butter and the egg work together. As you can see, the texture change already. And now it's time to incorporate the flour. So now, little by little, we're gonna add the flour. Thank you. And incorporate it. You know, pastry chefs use their hands.
But not tonight.
But not tonight.
This is a process. Like, there's a part of me that just wants to go to the store and just buy tiramisu. but it takes, like, stuff takes time. Things created with love takes time.
It does.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, this will never taste like the tiramisu you buy at the store.
This is different. Wow. Honestly, I'm not saying you should make this every day, but you know how you just want to make something extra special? Like, this is one of those moments. Like, we know everyone is busy, but sometimes, every now and then, take your time to like make a good meal.
I'm gonna add.
Okay. This is the vinegar.
That's the vinegar.
Okay.
And it's gonna be just a few drops.
Just to kind of balance the acidity, right? Nice. I already smelled tiramisu. And we haven't even literally finished everything, but you already start tasting the elements of what it is.
I'm adding a little bit of flour, so it's actually touchable because the butter will start to get it out. Now we're gonna let it rest in the fridge. Everything has to rest.
God, you can't make this stuff up.
No,
everything has to rest, including me.
Especially Mama.
Exactly.
Especially.
Oh
Mama.
my God.
So we're gonna let it rest, get it firm. The butter is gonna get cold, and then we're gonna, you see, how we're gonna stretch it. One note for this one: when you work with butter, it's very important you don't work it too much.
Oh, I see.
Otherwise, the butter separates, and then it's gonna be difficult, and it's not gonna come out the way we want it.
Because butter is really delicate.
So don't handle it too much, especially with your hands, because it gets warmer and change the texture of the dish. So now we're gonna store it, and we'll see you later.
Okay.
And here we are back. We are working on the dessert right now.
Yep.
So we're gonna do the tiramisu.
Okay.
This is the base that we're gonna use instead of, like we said, the cookies.
Okay. So this is the one we made previously. It was in the freezer or fridge.
Fridge, yes.
Fridge
resting. This is the mix that we made with coconut, coffee, ground.
That's the cocoa powder.
Cocoa powder, coffee ground, flour, butter, egg. Now we are going to make like small squares.
Okay. Back in the roller again.
It's very fragile.
Okay.
The good part about this one is if it breaks like this, they just put it on top and do it again. It's not a big deal. It doesn't. It's not like the pasta dough that the more you put, the stronger it gets. This is a dough that the more you put, it's just the same thing. We go in 3.
Maybe 3. And this is thinner, right?
That's thinner. And I think that's it. I think that the 3 is the number that we want.
Okay.
So
nice.
We do the same thing with this one. I'm using the 00 that we have already out.
Okay.
If you have an AP flour on these, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
If you use AP flour.
Okay.
Because the way we are going to cook it, all-purpose flour is common.
Okay. AP means all-purpose. For those wondering what's AP.
Yeah. So now we can cut shapes.
Okay.
I'm gonna just do a few square.
Okay. Nice.
So we go kind
nice and neat.
Kind of like classic.
Okay.
Behind me there is coconut oil.
Okay.
It is warming up almost to like fried temperature.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be coconut oil. Any fried oil that you have at home.
Canola oil.
Oil is fine. Yeah, we do a few. We did 4, so we can build 1 or 2 tiramisu.
Nice. Wow.
And again, like I said before, you know, all these
you can save it.
Scraps, just put it back together. You wrap it up. You put it back in the fridge.
And then it hardens.
And you use it the next day.
I love this sort of dough. It's damaged, but not destroyed. Oh my god. Wow.
We're gonna wait until it's nice and crispy, and then we're gonna flip it.
So this is just a test.
Over.
Ooh.
You gotta get tongs.
Yeah.
Better for you. That's one. So
wow, good.
It's gonna be quick on the coconut oil.
Okay.
But if you have canola oil or regular seeds oil, you're gonna see a little bit of different on the frying situation.
Okay. How many minutes do you think that you fry for?
30 seconds, 40 seconds.
I see.
I will do 15-20 seconds per side.
Okay. Ooh, it's hot.
You,
obviously
again,
use a tongue.
you just, I don't have a tongue, I'm using a fork, but be careful because it's very hot.
Okay.
So.
And then you put it on the napkin just to soak up the excess oil.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Put it close.
I'll do it one by one because so we can control it better. If you have a bigger pot and you do a bigger batch, you can go a little over and two, 3 by 3. But they really do quick, so I won't go crazy. Here, little by little, piece by piece, be patient.
Okay.
And then we're gonna let them dry over there.
Nice.
See frying, it gets bubble, separates, so it gets empty in the middle. Oil gets in, so it cooks inside.
Nice and crispy.
Nice and crispy. We got a couple of more to do.
Nice.
Three more seconds. 2, 1. Now you can flip it. Use the side of the exactly. You see?
Okay, nice.
Gentle. Because if you flap, the oil is gonna splash on you.
Take it out now. So let the oil drain.
Yeah, use exactly the side.
Yeah.
Flip that over on the napkin.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Okay.
And one more, and that's it. Okay. It's okay. We can use the fork to help you out yourself. Yeah. And also, it doesn't need to be
Perfect.
exactly.
What's this dough called again?
This is the cannolo dough.
Cannolo dough.
Cannolo.
Cannolo
So
dough.
the cannolo, the dessert,
Yes,
which is a little tube with ricotta inside. It's from south of Italy. So this is the actual dough around it. We just make it a different way.
I see. I can flip it right.
We add a coffee that is not traditional. We add it because we are using it for the tiramisu. So usually the tiramisu, the cookies, you soak them. That's fine.
Okay, take it out.
For the tiramisu, you soak the cookies into the espresso.
I see what you're saying.
And then you put the cream, right?
Yeah.
But because we are not gonna soak them, we wanna keep them crispy. We put the coffee inside the dough.
I
so
see
you
what
still have the taste of the coffee. It's not actually soaked in coffee.
It's nice and crunchy.
So
this is my first time trying this, so I'm curious to see how it tastes. Okay.
We're gonna leave this on the side for now.
Okay.
Now the next step is we're going to make the mascarpone cream.
Okay.
We're gonna put the heavy cream first.
Nice.
So we're gonna whip this.
Okay. How many?
We need three. It's fine if they break, because it has to be. We're going to beat them up with the sugar. Keep an eye on the heavy cream, because heavy cream, if you let it over whip, it becomes butter.
I see what you're saying.
So, and we want it firm, almost there.
Okay.
Oh, this is the texture we are looking for, right? So, firm, but it's not over whip. Transfer this one in here.
This is a bit warm, but I think if you're doing it at home, make your bowl cold.
Yeah, you can put the bowl in the fridge before or in the freezer. Okay. Like 10-15 minutes before you start the process.
Okay.
For a minute into the fridge. So this is.
It's in grams.
In grams, 80.
80 grams.
80 grams.
Okay, sorry.
And then you put.
Nice. Look at the color of that yolk. Oh my god, so
yolk.
pretty. What number are you putting it on?
I'm gonna start slow and then go up.
Okay.
We're going to the top, because what we're gonna do the same thing we did in the beginning.
Okay.
With the dough. We're gonna whip the egg yolks with the sugar till we can, all the way up.
Okay.
When we see that the sugar is start melting, we stop it, we clean the sides, and we restart it until
it's done.
It's done. So now it is kind of like melting a little.
Nice, nice.
Nice and whip. So when we reach this texture, we're gonna add the mascarpone. Wow. This cheese, like the ricotta, depends of the company, the brand that you buy, and change the texture. Okay. So I suggest you to find the one you like it. Okay. And stick to it. Here I like Belgioioso. It's kind of like consistent, but the whole food one is looks good. It's very good. Okay. You want to start slow so we don't make a mess, and then we move up little by little.
What makes it good mascarpone?
For me, it's the type of the way that you utilize the mascarpone. So for this, you want like a thick one.
Thick one, so I see.
So I like the thick ones. Like I said, Belgioioso is pretty thick, and I like it. This one The whole food one is
quite nice.
very good.
That's good.
And it tastes good. You see, this one is very, very thick, and you see that you see like clumps.
Yeah, it's about to see.
So we're just gonna leave it whip a little bit more than usual, because we want that to be done. We want a smooth cream. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. So I clean the bowl on the side, right? So we got all the little, you can see yellow, that's egg yolk sticking on the side. So we're gonna mix it, make sure it's mixed together. Now we're gonna get the whipped cream from the fridge, please. So when you fold the whipped cream, you wanna start with little by little. So we took a spoonful, and now we are folding from the bottom to the top, nice bottom to the top. You don't want to mix it, you want to fold it. Because we just whip, so we just incorporate air into the mascarpone and into the cream, right? To make it nice and fluffy. Now, if you mix it up like this, then past the 15 minutes that we work, we basically work for nothing. And also, a whipped cream, if you break it, it's not gonna become the cream that it used to be. Let's start it again. The whole process.
This feels like a whole message. I promise you. There's some things you break
it's very important,
that can't go back the same way. So there's some relationships you break that, I mean, it's hard to come back the same way. So I think sometimes you have to be careful and gentle in how you handle relationships and people. Yeah, I'm preaching to myself.
You see, little by little. Folding up and down, folding until the whole mixture it's completely together, so we don't see the white of the whipped cream.
Nice.
That's the mascarpone cream.
Wow. It must taste like ice cream.
We can actually make ice cream, you know.
Oh my god.
No.
Wow. Wow. You know what's so great? The base is not so sweet, but the whipped mascarpone with the it's just a nice balance. It's not too sweet, which I like.
Right? That's what we're looking for.
It's like crunchy and soft, so it's like the crunchiness balances off the softness. It's just like a nice texture in your mouth. Honestly, I'm all about textures. The smooth finish, creamy finish. Then the base is very crumbly. You can taste the hint of coconut too. Wow. This is like velvet heaven. Amazing.
So, since we talk about it and we have a little bit of hazelnut chocolate. Okay.
Can I just break some and taste some?
You must.
You can't just open chocolate and not taste. Come on now.
Tasty, right?
Oh my god. Wow. Man, I don't even remember buying this.
I saw you have Amadei chocolate too. If you are going to chop it, I suggest that you put it in the fridge
so it doesn't
1 or 2 hours before, so it's nice and crunchy when you chop it, because especially milk chocolate, because it has a lot of cocoa butter, so it's gonna melt faster, you know.
I see.
Milk chocolate melts faster than dark.
Right now, honestly, all I'm thinking about is the taste. I can't even lie. Everything he says is like, just give me some.
Let's try to play it. We need a spoon.
I already have my spoon ready. Spoon to taste.
Just put a little bit of cream on the bottom.
Okay.
Something very easy.
Nice. Wow. Oh.
So instead of a classic tiramisu, here we have a nice revisited version of it. Has the same basics, which is the mascarpone cream. We have coffee.
This is my first crunchy tiramisu.
We're adding a little bit of chocolate just because we like it. If you like it, again, a tradition.
Put a little. What? Wow.
It's a tiramisu revisited.
About to eat this.
So it stays together, but it crumbles easy.
My God. The cocoa powder on top it's like a nice balance, because this is such a great dessert, because you know why I like this? It's funny. He's smiling. You know how someone is complimenting your baby? That's how it sounds like. Yeah, I'm proud. It's so crunchy. I like the velvety finish, and I'm a chocolate lover, right? So this is just perfect. Just look at this gorgeousness. It's crunchy. Just look. Every bite has something. It's the velvety. I'm tired of saying velvety, but you know what I'm saying. It's like crunch, velvet, crunch, velvet, then chocolate on top. I literally can finish it by myself. Wow. Well, time to go, cause I gotta rest.
Yeah, you got the rest of the day and a baby to take care of it, right?
That part. Bye guys, thank you so much for joining us.